Oh, lovely. This is 70s porn.
You like that?
I love it.
Yeah. Let's go. What do you think about that, dude?
That is probably one of the smoothest intros I've heard in a while.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the CockyCulo show. In studio, we have Mr. Sean.
Yeah, good morning.
AKA, your Instagram is Sean
Lines.
That's Lines.
That's it.
Now, is there any specific, is Lines your last name?
That's my last name.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, I did too.
Did you stay true to the name at one point?
At one point I did, absolutely.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Now, you came in from Long Beach?
Long Beach.
All right, well, I appreciate you driving in and jumping in the trailer with me. So you did some time in the Marine Corps.
I did. 1999 to 2003.
Okay, old school. That 99. So you that was still when they had the Woodlands, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't. I think it was the tail end. They went the digital route.
Digis, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you do in the Marine Corps?
So I was a cook, 3381, and then went to the rifle range to be a coach, and then after that, machine gunner.
Okay. Now, did you instant when you signed up? Was that your job? Like you knew, like, hey, I'm going to be a cook?
No, absolutely not. That was went in open contract because my recruiter everyone hears the story. The recruiter is just tells you what you want to hear,
right?
Without giving you the whole truth. So I was supposed to be aviation mechanic, and that didn't quite happen.
Okay. So you got lied to. Fibbed. Too.
Yeah, fibbed.
Okay.
Yeah.
He molested the truth a little bit.
A lot of it. Yeah.
Okay. So then, so you were out. Where were you stationed at?
Edson Range.
Okay.
For the most part, and then Horno.
Right on.
Yeah. Also Camp Pendleton.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then, did you ever deploy? Did you ever go overseas?
No.
Kind of quiet during.
That was it. Yeah.
Right.
Ready to, especially the tail end of 2002.
Gotcha.
And then I got out December of 2002, but January of 2003 is when I got out.
Okay. Are you service connected now?
No.
Why not?
Haven't really got into it. Haven't made any claims or nothing. Just only thing I do is work.
We'll have to talk after this.
Okay.
So yeah, service connected. I mean, especially doing what you did. Come on. I mean, you don't have the tinnitus. You don't have.
Oh, sure. My shoulders, neck, back,
right?
you name it. It's there.
Okay.
But I just never really dived into it. I think one point I put in to get my medical records so I could actually go through.
Okay.
Before now, everyone's telling me make the claim, and then get your medical records. But I got 2 kids. I'm working, at that point I was working, 7 days a week, 12-hour days. Time has gone by, and I still need to dig into it. So we'll talk after this.
Yeah, we got to get you set up, man.
Okay.
Especially if you got those issues, you need to get compensated for it.
My neck, my shoulders,
your neck and your back.
yeah, absolutely.
Did you while you were in, did you have any struggles? Did you have any while you were active duty, did you suffer from anything like alcoholism or substance abuse, or did you party too much? Like what was like? Actually, let's go back to before the Marine Corps. Did you party?
Okay.
Let's go back
Absolutely.
to high school. Were you a partier?
Yes.
Drugs?
Yes.
What was your hardest drug in high school?
Probably mushrooms at the time. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you graduated 99 or 98?
97.
Oh, 97.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit, we graduated the same year.
Yeah.
Right on. So you were an old fart going in.
Well, yeah. Yeah, 19 is when I went in.
Right. Well, I mean,
considering the 18-year-olds and the ASVAB waivers, 17-year-olds,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you partied before.
yeah.
Obviously, when you signed up, you never did anything. You were a clean kid.
Clean, absolute clean kid. I can tell you the days that I did try marijuana and the day that I stopped trying marijuana.
Right. Isn't that amazing? So going into the Marine Corps, how'd you shut it off?
I only shut it off during boot camp.
Did you use while you were active?
Shut the drugs off?
Yeah.
Okay. I did do some mushrooms while I was in. Yeah.
You can't get in trouble now.
No. I did do some mushrooms while I was in.
Okay.
There was a lot of meth going on.
Really?
A lot of guys from Riverside. I mean,
oh shit.
from this area, that were bringing meth. I mean, the mess hall was called the meth hall. People were getting popped.
Wow.
So I'm up here in Hermosa Beach partying with my buddy. We're drinking, getting hammered, and we get a call about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and they called my parents' house, by the way. And it was my gunny saying, "Hey, you need to get here now." I said, "I'm all the way in Hermosa Beach." Like,
right.
What do you mean get here now? He says, "They're doing a battalion piss test. You need to get here now." I said, "Okay, gunny." I'm on my way. So we're pretty much still drunk from the night before. Drive all the way, and there's the guards there with their M16s waiting, and got the pecker checkers, make sure that we're not messing around when we do our right.
Got the fake piss.
Got the fake pee or whatever, and I pee, and it basically looked like Guinness, and I said, "Well, good luck. There's absolutely no water in there, but I did my best." And
you were clean at this time?
I was clean. Yeah, I was clean
So
at that.
cool?
I didn't sweat it. It was just driving back.
Right.
I was like, I'm gonna get busted for
DUI.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was the only. I think that was the only time a lot of the stuff then was Vicodin and whiskey.
Okay.
That was my my choice.
And it was easy then to get the Vicodin
Absolutely.
and the Percocets and stuff. You could say your toe hurt, and it was literally like, here you go.
Well, as long as you got past the changing your socks and the ibuprofen, you say that doesn't work, then yes, the Vicodin comes pretty easy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those days. Now it's like, no, it ain't. You ain't getting nothing. You're going to what's
physical therapy.
And, you got to go through acupuncture. You got.
Oh yeah.
Expend all avenues, but so you heavily used alcohol and prescription medication.
Alcohol heavily, prescription medication whenever I could get it.
Okay,
but it wasn't something I was looking for. Right?
Did you think you had a problem?
Nah.
It was just
it's go time.
This is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, there was no. Yeah, I mean, even after getting my DUI, my first one, I still didn't think I had a problem. I would go to MCRD San Diego and talk to a therapist, a group therapist,
right?
And the guy's telling me that if you have more than a few drinks on occasion, I said, well, what's a few drinks? He said, well, 2 or 3. I said, oh, well, what's an occasion?
Right. Per hour?
Right. So, and I was like, there's no way. In my mind, I didn't think anyone could just drink 2 or 3 drinks and
socially.
Right. That's not
have a great time.
No.
Talk without slurring.
Right. It was go time every time. Then get your second DUI, right? Still, I was like, I just, a lot of people drink and drive. I just got caught twice.
So where did you get caught the first time?
The first time was driving my buddy's truck, and he's passed out. So we're in Hermosa Beach. coming up the hill, and you literally pass the police station, and I see a police officer, and he flips a U-turn right behind me. I run the stop sign. I pull right into the parking lot, and I say, "Do you want to handcuff me, or do you want me just to walk in?" And he goes, "We can just walk in." And I basically booked myself. Well, I did. Their breathalyzer wasn't working, and you don't know this stuff, so their machine wasn't working. So they're like, "We're gonna go take blood." So I just hop in the car, like, "Okay, let's go take blood." I didn't know that you can like deny that,
Right.
stuff they don't tell you. But anyway, get the results back after going to court, and I blew a .29.
Oh wow.
My buddy's passed out, and I guarantee he had less than .29. Still didn't think I had a problem. 3 weeks later, get another one.
Oh shit.
This one's a .23, and this was in a parking lot. I was in the bar parking lot. Next door was Del Amo Motorsports. Before they moved, I backed up. I just tapped this motorcycle, guy's bike, right? And it's teetering. And I'm like, stay up. Boom, it falls. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm leaving. It's go time. I'm out. Traffic. I can't get out. And the guy knocks on the window. "Hey, you hit my bike." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." So we go to exchange, driver's license and insurance. And I hand him this temporary piece of paper for my driver's license. This is 30 days,
Fuck.
And he goes, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, "Oh, this is my temporary driver's
Let
license."
me tell you what happened.
Right. And he goes, "No, so he called the cops, and I can't go anywhere."
Right.
Cops show up, back in, boom, DUI.
So both were not on base.
No.
So you lucked out there.
Kind of. I would have rather got it on base.
Really?
Yeah, because it doesn't go on your driving record.
Really?
No. And you can still drive out in town.
Okay.
So I'd much rather have gotten it on base than out in town.
So did anything happen to you through your command?
Oh, absolutely.
What
the
happened?
first time it got suspended, 30-30, but I got NJP'd, but I got to keep my rank. The second one, not so much. Got busted down, and then had to do, classes. So now have to do my classes in Torrance. I got it all like off base.
Okay.
So I have to leave base, go do my classes, go to my AA meetings.
Yeah, because it was required then to do AA meetings,
absolutely.
right? Yeah, I remember that.
So
you didn't just sign it off? I never went to one. I just signed it.
So I went to probably like 4 of them just so I can get
the gist of it, or what?
No, different signatures, so it didn't all look the same.
Right.
So I would forge the different signatures.
Okay.
And then go to court for my progress and everything's copacetic, and off you go.
See, I would just sign because they don't know. There's no way they can check.
They can't check because it's anonymous.
You can go anywhere.
And
so I was just
right.
There you go. I'm good.
Yeah.
I had a DUI. I blew a .10.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's
it's
cute.
Fucking horrible, bro. It was just.
Wait till you hear my last one.
Yeah.
.09.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
You didn't get that down to a wet reckless?
Couldn't. I had priors.
Oh.
If I wouldn't have had priors, if I wouldn't have had priors, that would have been because I passed the field sobriety test.
Right.
And I'm
and you weren't supposed to be driving anyways.
The third one?
On the second one.
No, I still had the 30 days. That was to go back and forth to
work in school or something, right?
Yeah.
But you were at the bar. So you were studying.
But not my car. It's no two DUIs were not even in my car.
So 2 DUIs in a matter of 30 days.
Yes.
Okay. You still don't have a problem.
No.
Gotcha.
How dare you?
3rd DUI.
Okay, is 5 years later.
Okay.
So I'm already out of the Marine Corps. I've already started a career, and this particular job is you don't quite get these jobs handed to you.
So you don't fuck it up.
Right. So at that point, I was like, okay, maybe I have a problem, but I blew a .09. I was just keeping it
Right in the rail.
Right, yeah, right in the. It wasn't necessarily a red light; it was more orange.
You were right on the line.
Right. So,
dude, I'd be using that all the time.
Yeah.
That's fun. I love line. That's cool.
So that's that and some other stuff that led up to not just my job, but just my overall life was starting to. I didn't have any control, and I'm not a control freak, but at least I need to have my life under control.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of where things started to snowball into me in the right direction. You know, I told you earlier got invited to play at this fundraiser for a softball tournament. So night before, I'm on a bender doing, blow and booze, and I'm going all night.
Some booger sugar.
Oh yeah, some Colombian marching powder.
There you go.
So I get up the next morning to my buddy just banging on my door. Hey,
was there any strippers there
at my house?
The night before.
Oh yeah. But they weren't working.
Oh, okay.
It's different.
That's weird.
Should be the same.
Yeah, I thought they always work.
I mean, she was probably trying to do something.
Okay.
But anyway, so he's banging on the door. I open the door. I'm like, "Fuck, do you want?" He goes, "Dude, we have the tournament." So at that point, my buddy had been sober for 17 years.
Okay.
No, 15 years. Yeah, 15 years, and he was sober since he was 17.
Wow.
So he hit it hard way earlier, but he was smart enough to know he had a problem before me. It took me a decade later to figure out that I was a mess. So I get to the tournament. Of course, there's beers there. Okay, let's just fire it back up, right?
Right.
Drinking beers, and then the tournament's over. They're doing saying thank you for everyone showing up for this SIDS fundraiser. And at the time, I didn't know what the fuck SIDS was. I'm fucking 28 years old. I'm dumb, right? And then I look it up. Oh shit! It's sudden infant death syndrome. I'm at a fundraiser for sudden infant death syndrome, and I'm fucked up from the night before.
Still drinking,
right? So, my buddy drops me off. I don't know, probably 3 or 4 hours later, I'm like sitting there drinking a beer, and I said, I can't do this anymore. There's a lot of relationships that I fucked up, guys and girls, like buddies that I've known forever, don't talk to me, don't hang out. Girls that I've dated just can't stand me, and I'm like, okay, maybe now I got a problem. Maybe now I need to talk to somebody. So I called my buddy up, who's got the experience of being sober forever, and I said, hey, fucking set me straight. What do I need to do? He goes, I got a meeting to go to Monday. You want to go? And I was like, fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. So then I started doing meetings and really finding out there's a lot of normal people that just have fucked up like addiction problems.
Right.
And if they just stay off the booze, off the drugs, off the alcohol, off everything, like their life seems to get a lot better.
Right.
But as soon as they hop back on that horse, it's a shit show.
You go down that road that you closed a long time ago.
That's right. And you go right back down the rabbit hole,
Right.
trying trying to get that high you used to think was the top of the mountain, right?
Right.
And it never is.
Did you hesitate going because you knew that you were going to have to face the truth?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, going to, and it's a bunch of strangers too,
Right.
and you're trying to be open and transparent, and not that habit of hiding your fucking demons. Hiding your fucking problems. You don't have that option. If you want to do it right, you don't have that option. You have to be open.
What was that first meeting like? What did you experience?
Fucking
Like
uncomfortable as fuck. You're sitting there, and some people were, they had their stories were a lot worse than mine, and some of them were like, not as bad, but they realized they had a problem. It just, what was that movie?
It's not the volume of alcohol that you drink.
No,
it's the
no.
fact that you
It's
have a dependency.
It's not even dependency,
Or that you have this like attraction to this.
and it's ruining your life, and
yeah.
you're just letting it.
Well, it's basically a dependency. I mean, because you are dependent on getting that, because if not, then you're that cranky asshole.
No, I'm that way now.
Are you really?
In the mornings when I have to be at work at 5:00, and the kids get me up, then yeah, I'm that cranky fucker that says, "Hey, we have shit to do. Quit fucking around." But normally around 10:30, after the coffee is kicked in, I got my breakfast burrito. I'm right as
You're
rain.
snapped out of it.
Yeah.
But back then, was it, if you didn't get the alcohol, did you turn into this monster? Or was it you just had the alcohol? There wasn't a.
I was a binge drinker.
Oh, okay.
Like, I wasn't like wake up in the morning and I'm digging through my refrigerator going,
Gotcha.
I gotta have something.
You didn't have to have that beer to start your day.
No.
Okay.
No, I was.
But once you started,
there's
you
no
couldn't stop.
stopping.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, waking up in the morning hungover, you deal with it.
Right.
You pop your aspirin, you get your Red Bull or whatever, and you get on with your life. But come that Friday night, it's go time. And
was it weekends only for the most part?
Birthdays, whatever. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, it
Okay.
was.
So not during the week, like you weren't constantly going to work hungover.
No. I did. Let me backtrack. So I worked for the Elephant Bar. So you basically get paid every night in tips. So I would go to the bar, blow that, and then since I didn't have to work till nighttime.
Oh shit! You could recover all day.
All day,
right?
So I could. Yeah, that was probably 3, 4, 5 nights a week during a, I don't know, 8 months spent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have a family history of alcoholism?
Not to my knowledge. Like,
Okay.
my dad got a DUI from a Christmas party, and I was, I don't know, 10 or 11. I was in the car with them. So was my little brother.
But was that just that we had some fun and
Yeah,
kinda-
probably. But he got pulled over 5 houses, like on my street,
Oh,
5 houses
shit.
away.
That's usually how it happens.
Yeah, I kicked open the door. It was a 88 Impala. 88 Impala, brown bomber. And I kick open the door and I run home. I go and grab my mom. Hey, cops got dad. Cops got dad. Mom she's in her robe and she's like, okay, get in the house. So she walks down, gets my little brother, and we'll see you in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go sleep it off.
Yeah. So my dad went to, Torrance Police Department, slept it off, and got his DUI, got it, classes, all the same shit I had to go through. But that was the only time. The only time he's ever been, I think, even in trouble in his life.
Wow. So where did you? I mean, you started drinking. Like, was it what kept you going? What was it that, like, were you running from something? Was there something you were trying to hide from? Like, you know what I mean? Like, or was it just the pure excitement of just getting absolutely fucking annihilated?
I liked getting fucked up.
That's crazy.
Like I loved it. I liked the feeling of getting fucked up, and I don't know if I was running from anything or hiding from anything. I love the feeling of getting fucked up.
Not the consequences of the after, just
That's fucking.
you didn't care.
Nah,
I'm doing it again.
I'm doing it again.
Okay.
Fired up the next day.
What was your drink of choice?
I like what. So it used to be, whatever we can get our hands on as kids. You know,
Right.
get that Natty Ice, get
Ooh.
Coors, whatever you could get your hands
Some
on.
Boone's Farm or what? You were on some Strawberry Hill?
That was. I would get it for the ladies.
Or was
sure.
that Hard Times?
No, the Mad Dog 2020.
The 2020.
That was the hard times.
Okay.
If you needed to go from 0 to hero in 2.2, that was the stuff. But and then I would get to the point where I wasn't even getting drunk. I was getting bloated.
Gotcha.
I didn't have any more room in my gut, and I was peeing all night, right? So then I switched it up to whiskey, and then that was easy. It's easy. You weren't bloated, nothing.
Had to drink less.
Had to drink less to get the job done.
Right.
It was
faster buzz.
Bingo, right? So then I just would show up to parties with a handle of Jack Daniels and go to
For you.
Yeah.
For nobody else. For you.
I would share. I mean, I'm not a stingy prick, but
right.
I would share. But for the most part, like, that was mine.
Are you shooting straight out of the bottle?
I'm not a savage, dude. I'll pour it in a glass.
Okay. I knew a dude that was just straight up like 3, and then he would take his Coke and go.
Not a handle. I'm not doing that to a handle. I'll do that to a 750 bottle, but I'm not.
Okay.
There's not a handle.
Gotcha.
That's sloppy. You got to have a little.
So you were a respectful.
In the beginning, the half bottle.
Okay.
So once I got past the half bottle, it didn't matter.
Everything was out the fucking window.
Didn't matter. I put a flower pot on my head. I didn't give a shit.
Right. So 5 years later, from your second DUI,
yeah,
you get your third.
Get my third, and I blow a .09.
Okay.
And at that point, I was kind of embarrassed. I mean, with a .29, the first one, a .23, the second one, and then I get one where I don't even feel buzz. I don't feel nothing.
Right. And
I get a .09, and I'm 150 yards away from my condo, and this is embarrassing. So I go to Redondo Beach Police Department jail. Obviously, you get it on a Friday night. You're staying there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, showing up to court Monday. The judge goes, "We both know that this isn't your first time. How do you plead to your second DUI?" I said, "No contest. Second DUI. This is my third."
Right.
So I just sign it. And they go, "Okay, 30 days, county." Off to county. So I get to county. I do 3. Let's see. So I was out Wednesday morning at like 4:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Well, I was out the main cell. Then you go into a series of holding tanks till you're ready to get your property, right? So after all that, I go Thursday, show up to work, and they say, "Hey, you need to call security." Since I got clearances, they said, "You need to call security and let them know you got your DUI." Okay, call security, say, "Hey, just giving you a heads up, I got a DUI," right? They said, "Thanks for letting us know." And then you do your 5-year updates, and that's when they run your background again.
Okay.
For your clearances.
Right.
So I'm fill out all the paperwork, and then they get a guy to come interview you, and he says, "Oh, it says you got another DUI. Why didn't you disclose this?" I said, "Dude, I disclosed this 3 years ago to security the day I got out of jail. Now you can contact my manager. You can contact my lead. They were all there on the phone call while I did this." And well, needless to say, I've been in the company for going on 18 years. So it's clearances are still good.
No problems.
No problems. But they, you know, for something like that, they want you to be transparent and honest. It's when you're hiding stuff. That's when they'll pull your clearances. They'll,
Right.
You know,
Right.
possibly lose your job. Then, you know, you're doing lie detector tests, you know, polygraph. And
Right.
it's a little
What do you-
stressful.
What do you have, a secret?
I got my DOD secret and my NRO squares. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is, you know, it's a little nerve wracking when you get a DUI on a company that's already like invested money into your clearances.
Right.
And now you're possibly losing a great career. So
What did they say to that?
my manager or the
Whoever you had to answer to.
my manager was like, "Hey, shit happens." Like,
He's like, I've got two.
well, no, and a lot of guys that, you know, believe it or not, it's a statistic out there. There's a lot of people that drink and drive.
Right.
Only a handful that get caught.
Right.
I just happened to be caught 3 times, but it's, you know, a lot of everybody I knew growing up. That's how you got home from the bar.
Right.
Got in your car,
Right.
and you drove home.
Oh, I've driven way worse than when I got my DUI that night. I mean, I wasn't drunk. Literally, I .10. I was fine.
Right.
I just was going too fast.
Yeah.
I was going way too fast.
My last one, my registration, my tags were in my glove box. I hadn't put them on yet.
Oh shit. Gotcha.
And it's not even like nighttime. It's like early evening, 6:30. I just had dinner with my folks.
So you weren't even out partying. You weren't
No.
even nothing. You weren't. It was just a casual little dinner, had it, and then heading home, and
Yep.
you got busted.
Boom.
Do you think that was a sign?
Like,
hey, we've already.
I think there was signs way before that.
Well, do you think
This
that
was probably the last stop.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think this was the final, like, hey, fool, like, if you don't get your shit together, the next one that I'm bringing to you is going to be prison time?
Yeah. So you start going to these classes, and you start going to these AA meetings, and you start talking to people, and some of these folks have literally like gotten into vehicular manslaughter.
Right.
Right. And I don't want to be the guy responsible for taking out a family of 5.
Right.
Because I decided like I wanted to party.
Not remembering it.
Waking up in the morning going,
I couldn't imagine.
Why is my car on my front yard?
Or why am I in jail right now?
No, I always woke up, knew why I was in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you got to that point where you killed a family of 5 and you didn't remember, you were still trapped.
Yeah. I don't know how I'd feel. Devastated. I don't know. I mean, now having kids, like,
well, I'm sure it's a whole different
ball game,
outlook on
right?
life.
Well, and I want to be, you know, you get into sticky situations. You get into fucking scraps down in Hermosa Beach. Like, you get in drunk fights, right? Someone
Right.
bumps into you, spills your cocktail, whatever. Is talking to your chick, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Like, I was good, mellow, drink, no big deal. But as soon as somebody did something wrong, it wasn't even like a warning, dude. It was a switch.
Gotcha.
And then all hell would break loose.
And this was while drinking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So your buddy took you to your first meeting. It was uncomfortable as hell.
Oh yeah.
Did you talk? Did you tell your story that first meeting?
No, I didn't necessarily tell my story. I just said, "Hey, Sean, I'm an alcoholic."
How did that feel?
Fucking rough as fuck. That's not to me. I feel like I got a weakness.
And you just admitted it to people you don't even know.
I don't even know.
Right.
Right. Now I'm thinking, okay, people are judging me.
Right.
Even though everybody there is for.
And they're all looking at you and you're like.
Everyone's there for, you know, the same reasons I'm there.
Right.
They want to get help. They want to, you know, but it was hard for me to accept the fact that I had a problem.
And you just said it.
And I just said it out loud.
Right.
I'm sure I've said it like behind closed doors, mentally by myself,
right?
but never out in the open, never, because that's a sign of weakness, and that's
not you.
I thought that was a sign of weakness, and it's not. It's owning your problem.
Right.
You got to own it. Like I always tell people, hey, dude, if you fuck up, own it.
Right.
Own it. Apologize. Get yourself straight, and move on with your life. But that's what I say now. Before, it's like, fuck it, dude. The guy had it coming.
Right.
That's not. Right. That's not the way to.
Exactly.
That's not the way to live your life, dude.
Right. So you went to your first meeting. How did you go to a second one?
I went to a bunch.
How long after the first did you go to the second?
So the first one was a Monday. The second one was a Thursday.
So that week.
Okay.
And
yeah, I was doing 2 a week.
Nice.
For probably, I don't know, 3 years. And then
did it help?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it helped a lot.
Just for someone listening right now who.
Yeah. So if you want to get a good foundation on how to get, like, there's 2 books, right? You're going to have your 12-step program and then the Bible. Like right. Those are like just a foundation of how to live life. The 12 steps is for an alcoholic or an addict, right? The Bible, if you just go by the 10 Commandments itself, and you can even cut out a couple if you want, you're right. still going to live a decent, good life.
Right.
And that's it, right? And I'm not trying to Bible thump anybody. I'm not trying to, just take those 10 Commandments and take the ones you really think that go in your life, and it'll set you
take
right.
religion out of it. Just
take religion.
Take the verbiage.
Just take the verbiage.
Right.
And it's just a good moral compass if you
right.
don't have one, right? Some people's moral compass is different than others, and you have to accept that, right? You just do what's best for you and your family.
During that time that you were going to these meetings, were you completely sober?
So I did have a couple of setbacks.
Were they like, I had a couple drinks, or did you go the full blown running through the streets naked, fucking that's my boy Blue
banging
type
through
shit.
gears and yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
And then
well, I'm sure it's hard to quit cold turkey. I mean, it's something.
Some people can do it. Some people can. Like in the military, like I smoked and I did chew, right? Well, fucking okay, I can quit chew, no problem. Okay. Now I'm smoking. Well, if I'm drinking, I'm smoking.
That was natural.
Just
right.
That's just it's peanut butter and jelly, right? So that took me a long time to cut the smoking out too, and it's really because my kids, right? Like I don't want to be fucking on an iron lung,
right,
at a soccer game,
right? Oxygen tank,
right? I want to be actually running and coaching and stuff like that. Like right. So this is where I kind of say, okay, now there's another thing I gotta quit, right? So I don't know. There's a way to live your life, and it's not the way for everybody.
Right.
How you live your life is gonna be way different than how I live my life, but that doesn't mean that we're not going in the right direction.
Right. It just means you don't have to have the drugs and alcohol in your life to have fun and live good.
Right.
And have a great
time. Some people can, I still, to this day, I still don't understand how people can just have 1 or 2 cocktails at the bar.
That's me.
How?
I can have 2 beers and dude, we just had a cousin's giving with my wife and her family. I had 2 Modelo's and then I had a Coke.
See, that doesn't register for me at all.
Really?
No.
Yeah. See, I've never been alcohol dependent or alcohol need. I'll get fucked up.
Sure.
Like we'll go to the winery and yeah, I'll get fucked up on some bubbly or some shit.
Sure.
I can still stop though if I need to. I have that, I guess self-control maybe where I can say, nah, I'm good. I'm cool. Because it gets to a point for me where I'm like, it fucking tastes like shit. I'd rather have a Coke or an iced tea or something.
Sure.
But at the same time, I still smoke. I smoke weed. So
right.
I'm elevated as I'm as high as giraffe pussy, right? So I'm hanging out. I don't need to continuously drink because to me a Coke tastes way better than a beer
when you're stoned.
When you're stoned,
Absolutely, almost everything tastes better
except for a beer.
except for beer.
Well, I mean, beer tastes good, but so for me, I can just shut it off. Yeah, it's simple.
So I was there with like once too many,
Okay.
and like 1,000 isn't enough.
Wow. I'm buying the bar out.
Yeah. Like it was hard for me to. The only way to shut it off was to pass out.
Did that ever cause any financial
Hell
struggles
yeah.
for you?
Hell yeah. I mean, I wasn't sucking dick for beer money, but yeah, like,
Well, $400.
I mean, I'm not gay, but $20 is
You know what I'm
$20. Yeah. But your buddies are going on vacation. You're like, oh no, I just fucking spent, $1,000 in Vegas. I didn't make any money. I just got fucked up. That's not I mean, I always paid my stuff on time for the most part. Every now and then I'd be late on my car note or something stupid, but
Right.
for the most part I was a hustler. I would make that money.
Okay.
It really financially it wasn't that big of a deal, except for having to come out of pocket for your classes and your court fees and all
Right,
that shit.
right.
But once that's all paid off, then I'm back to normal, right? You can go on a nice little payment plan for your court fees and
Right.
shit. So
Right. Yeah, they'll work with you.
they'll work with you. They want their money.
Yeah,
They're
I
gonna
can
get
only
it.
Pay $20 a month.
Okay, that's fine. It's gonna take you 16 years,
Right.
but yeah,
Right.
we
We'll
got
take
you.
it. Yeah.
We got you.
That's
We'll work,
funny.
right? So that financially, besides the court fees and all that stuff, no. Like
There was always money for.
yeah, I'd always make sure that I had my stuff paid for and enough to get fucked up.
So when did kids come into play here?
Oh, 4 years ago.
So this from your last DUI, when did you have kids?
So my last DUI was 2007, 2008. Yeah,
Okay.
2008 is when I got sober.
So you're talking
April
10
April 28th, 2008.
10 years after your last DUI, you had kids, right?
No.
No. What'd you
4 years ago. 4.
So,
So,
18.
10.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, your math's way better than mine. Yeah. 10
I
years.
was like, are you fucking with me right now?
10 years 10 years later. Yeah.
So 10 years later, did you struggle in that 10 years? Did you relapse? Did you
No. I haven't relapsed since.
up until 2018 is I'm going till.
No.
So you were good going to meetings still occasionally?
Occasionally.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then did you meet a woman? Did you
I've met plenty of women.
Well, up to the 2018, did you have a
Yeah, so I was married in 2012.
Okay, so you married in 2012.
Yeah.
So 4 years
and
after.
she liked to party.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
How did that work?
It didn't. Right? It went from like, yeah, if you want to get drunk, whatever, that's fine. I got myself under control and I can control the situation.
But that's still
Right.
hard to watch your significant other fucking pound or
Yeah.
even have a yeah.
Ew.
Oh, so she liked to party.
Oh, she liked to party.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
And drink.
Oh
right?
damn. So you're
So
sitting here
she-
fighting a couple demons.
Yeah, it's 3. So the white stuff, the booze,
Right.
and her when she's fucked up.
Right. Because she changes too.
Absolutely.
Right.
So at first it was like, whatever, do what you like. I'm not going to control anybody, like what they do. Like, I'm here for you, whatever you want. Like, you want to party, like I'll still go to bars. Like, I don't have where I'm like, oh, there's booze here, I can't.
Right.
No, I'll go. It might be a little uncomfortable, but I'll go.
Right. But that's got to get old.
Yeah, because it was on the weekends. It was, hey, let's, everyone's partying. And I'm basically like the designated driver, So, and that's fine. At least I can get people home safe. At least I can make sure my wife at the time gets home safe. But I went from from doing that to sloppy babysitting, and then the way she could go longer was to do that booger sugar. That's like the night would go short if she just stuck to the whiskey or stuck to the wine.
But she'd party all night.
But she'd want party all night. And me, I'm okay. Let's go time. I go grab my Monster, and that's the only way like I would keep up. I do, 2 or 3 Monsters just to keep up. And then after a while, that just got old, and it just I didn't see myself doing this forever.
Right.
Where she thought she could.
And you had a kid with her?
No.
Okay. So that
was 2012.
So that's when you got married?
Yeah. Then I got married. Then I got divorced 2015.
So 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were like, I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah.
You think that was a good choice?
Absolutely. I mean, if it wasn't for all that, she's a awesome person, but that's her insecurity. That's what she goes to when she's insecure.
Do you think if you would have stayed with her, you would have eventually caved?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, that's got to be hard, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, I couldn't imagine going out constantly with my wife if I had the urges like what you're saying with alcohol and stuff.
Right.
Well, just to be in that environment.
Right.
You have to.
You're constantly putting yourself.
It's that environment.
Right next to the fire.
Yeah.
Right?
God.
You're like, oh, it's warm. It's getting a little hot.
Right.
And then I jumped before I got burned.
So 2015, you get divorced.
Yep.
And now.
So 2015. I wasn't in the best headspace.
Gotcha. But
right?
you still,
because that was the woman that I was gonna be with for the rest of my life.
Right.
But I still no booze, no alcohol. Right.
Good for you.
And then 2000. 2017. 2017. My buddy was like, "Hey, get on Match," and I was like, "Dude, I don't have a problem like finding women. I'm not gonna do it." He's like, "Get on farmers.com." I'm like, "Fuck you."
Oh, that's what was that jingle? You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm getting my balls.
Are they even still around?
I have no idea.
You don't see those commercials anymore.
No,
That's funny.
I'm getting my balls busted by my, because my buddies, they got they're married.
Right.
Right. And I was, and now I'm not. So
right.
They're busting my chops. Get out there, blah, blah, blah. And I was doing a bunch of repeats. I don't know if you know what repeats are. Girls you already dated before.
Okay.
In the past.
Gotcha.
Like, things are going to fucking change just because you got sober.
I've been married for 15 years. There's a lot of shit I've forgotten. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. No, but so like 15 years, good. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So I was doing a bunch of repeats thinking things were going to change. And just because I got sober, and the girl's the same girl she was, and women hold grudges. So they remember all the dumb shit you did while you're fucked up.
Yeah.
And
so
all the
sober you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. This
I still remember.
It was like it felt like payback. That's what it felt like.
Okay.
Right. So
I
anyway,
can see that.
So fuck it. I get on Match.com, go on a bunch of like just fucking weird dates. And I was like, this was in
2017?
Yeah, 2017. This is weird, right? And these, I'm going with girls that are, close to my age or a little younger, right? And, some like I like a nice Latina, right? That's my thing.
That's my weakness,
right? Okay. So this girl, she said, "Oh, she's a little thick." Her pictures, dude, Photoshop. God bless you, but you guys are assholes.
She's a lot of thick.
Okay, so she was thick, but I was like, whatever. I go and introduce myself, give her a hug, and I was like, dude, this girl's got body armor on. There's a lot of stuff like holding her in, sausage casing, right? Just
oh my god,
holding. And I'm like,
she got the fupa and
everything tucked in, pulled back, tightened up. Okay, that's fine, whatever. Let's just go on the date, like. And then I was like, dude, it was
yoga pants were about to explode.
Like, no offense, but yoga pants is a privilege, not a right.
Right.
It's not a right.
Right.
Just because you're a woman doesn't mean
Yeah.
you get to wear those.
I agree. That's like back in the day when you'd see the butterfly stickers on the cars.
Yeah, and then
You'd
you
be a hot
pull
chick,
up
and
and
then
you're
you'd
like,
be an ugly chick, like,
God,
fucking lying to me.
the VW, you know, it's
Yeah.
always the
lying to me.
the Jetta. You pull up and you're like,
False advertising.
fuck. Yeah, exactly. So, or it's a dude. That's
Right.
even worse.
That's horrible.
Please tell me that's your daughter's car. Anyway, so yeah, and then I'm like, okay, I go through a string of dates, and it's like fishing with dynamite, dude. It's you're getting quantity, not quality.
Right.
At least that's what I thought.
You're spending a lot of money.
Right. I'm going on 3 dates a week, just trying to, and I'm trying to balance that and work. And I was like, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm just going to kind of hermit out for a little bit and just be by myself. So I started closing everything out, contacting Match, like, hey, close my account. And I got one message. I was like, okay. So
Well, don't close it yet.
So I look at the message, I reply, and conversation went well, and I was like, okay. Next thing you know, like I'm meeting up with which is now my wife, at a diner in Long Beach, and I just got done working nights. She wants to go have breakfast, and I'm like, can we make it at least like 10 o'clock? Like,
Right.
please. So I get up. I'm a fucking bucket of shit in the morning because I got 2 hours of sleep, and she wants to have coffee and talk, and I'm like, I just need to get it together just so I can have a conversation with her, right?
Right.
So one thing leads to another. 2 weeks later, we're on a vacation in Florida, and it's like, okay, we're in Miami. We're doing the Everglades. I'm like, this is just Salvadorian. Now I've talked to my friends that are Mexican. They say, hey, watch out for the Salvadorians.
Right.
Doesn't mean nothing to me, but they say watch out. Okay. So we're going to the Everglades. I'm just looking at these alligators. I'm like, dude, if something goes wrong, she's throwing me over. That's it. This is how I'm gonna go.
Right. No investigation. Either.
Nothing.
You're just a wrap.
Yeah. I just went right.
California man gets swallowed alive.
Yeah, and it's normally the Florida man. Have you ever done that?
What's that?
Type in Florida man and then any date. Like type in Florida man.
Okay.
And then do your birthday, right? And then it'll give you a headline: Florida man with bald doll feeds bait. It's just a
shit. So it's like weird shit in Florida.
There's tons of weird shit in Florida. Yeah,
so you guys are out there on a little vacay.
Yeah, on a little vacay. We stayed at the One Hotel in Miami. Dude, there's a handful of One Hotels. If you ever want to stay at a nice, like, legit hotel, that's it. We went to that one in Miami, and then we ended up 6 months later in New York at the One Hotel.
Okay.
Amazing.
I don't remember. I went when I worked for the VA. I found, because they pay for classes, and I found a class over in Florida in Miami that they paid for. But I was in, maybe the Hilton or something, but it was like top of the line next to water. I was overlooking the airport, and like there's a bay right here, and went to South Beach.
Yeah.
Cruise around
South Beach is a trip, huh?
That was wild, dude. That's a whole different vibe over there.
Completely.
That's like Hollywood and like movie star status rappers mixed with just general Joe Schmo citizen.
Oh, yeah.
Like there is no like really like paparazzi's feeling that you get there. It's like everywhere you look is a Lambo, is a Ferrari,
there's big topless, and you're like, holy moly,
wild.
Oh yeah.
You go to the beach and it's like string bikini.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
dental floss.
Yes.
Yeah. And even so, we went there. I guess it was August. Yeah, August. We were there, and it was hot.
I'll say it's a little toasty.
Hot as shit, right? So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, there's the ocean. I'm gonna go cool off. And it's like the same temperature as it is outside.
Outside, right? Yeah, you ain't.
There ain't no cooling off.
77 degrees.
No, it was like 98 degrees there, and then I get in the water and it's like 85. And I'm like, there's no cooling off. And then I'm like, well, maybe if I go into the deeper water, it'll be a little cooler towards the bottom. I walked out for probably 200 yards, knee deep water.
Right. Didn't get deeper.
I'm like, I'm over it. I'm just gonna dip in and walk out.
Right.
Like, I'm over it. Let's
Hopefully
go back.
the wind blows and
Yeah, cool me off a little bit. But yeah, it was fun.
that's cool.
So then 2018, that's when the first kid came. It was planned. This is the weird part. Everything. I've never been a planner, and that's what my wife does for a living.
Okay.
Like, she's an event coordinator.
Gotcha.
So she plans things. She goes, we're in New York, and she goes, hey, you talked about wanting to have kids, but if, by the time you're 40, you're getting fixed. And I was like, yeah, I'm not letting the little snot-nosed kid ruin my retirement.
Right.
And she goes, well, I'm ovulating. Boom, fire shot. Bam, pregnant.
Damn, she came at you like that?
Like that. Because I was 38 years old. I didn't have much time.
Oh, shit.
Right? So.
Damn.
Yeah.
So your first kid was at 38.
Yeah.
So boy or girl?
Boy.
He'll be 18 when you're.
Yes.
56.
56.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
Well, that's your first one. So then how many kids do you have?
2.
So your second one came in
2020, right in the
2020.
middle of.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's COVID Central.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
How was that?
It's weird. Just weird fucking times. Like, having a kid in the middle, like, basically
Of unknown times.
Of unknown times, right? Yeah. And, doctors not letting you go to, in with your wife for.
Oh, that would have fucking, bro.
I was like, ain't no way I'm not going to be there to witness the birth of my kid. It's not going to happen.
Man.
Right? I'm like, you get a doula, we'll do it at the house in a pool. Like,
Right.
I don't,
Right.
there's no way in hell I'm missing my kid's birth. But that there was not a problem with that. Just, visitors, no visitors, right? So
Right.
we had to wait until people, I don't know. It was an experience that wasn't like the first kid, right? First kid, boom.
Well, that was how normal babies are born. You go in the hospital, people come and visit,
Right.
and et cetera,
Right.
et cetera. Now you're at a time where you have to like get showered down with a decontaminant
And here's
almost.
your louse getting.
Yeah, dude. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. And
Did you think too, like, what the fuck am I bringing a child into?
so that was my first kid. My boss goes, "Are you sure you want to bring a kid into this world right now?" And I looked at him and I said, "Who else is gonna unfuck this situation?" And I think I got some theories, but I think since World War II, things have been progressively getting softer and softer and softer and softer and softer. Everyone's a winner now. Everyone feels entitled.
Right.
Now it's up to like the kids now, those parents raising them. And I'm not saying, beat your kid to get them to do right. No, but you have to let them know there's consequences.
Why can't you beat him?
We'll talk off it's my wife. No, so it's back in the day, it was, you had, my parents are from Iowa. Like, my mom's a farmer's daughter, right?
Okay.
Like,
down from Oklahoma and Missouri.
right. So there's a different lifestyle there, right? So when you come here and then it all starts bleeding everywhere else, then.
Well, I think the problem nowadays is so many parents raise their kids with phones and iPads and shit. There is no job parenting, requirement anymore. It's just, hey, go get on the iPad and go fucking watch a movie or go this or that.
Well, parents need to be more involved in their kid's life.
Well, they're not, and that's
right.
The
and
problem is they're looking at other people's lives at the same time they should be working on theirs, but they're too busy looking at all the Jones out there and
keeping up with the Joneses. Right.
Look, the Kardashians and
yeah.
Meanwhile, your kid has fucked up grades, is a total fucking turd,
and
no respect.
And basically getting raised by the system.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you can't, and so if the more the parents get involved in the kids, I mean, I grew up and it was both my parents had to work.
Right.
So I would ride my bike to school with my little brother.
Yeah, see, I remember doing that too.
And when was the last time you saw a kid riding their bike to school?
It's very rare. I mean, when I take my son, I'll see kids walking to school here and there, but back in the day, there was no worry of being kidnapped or taken. It was, and I went to middle school right down the street right here at Sierra Middle School, and not like it is now where if my son, he's 16, just got his license, if he was just like, hey, Dad, you mind if I ride my bike to school tomorrow? I'd be like, no, I'll take you, bro.
Right.
No, you don't need to ride your bike. You know what I mean? Like,
what were you doing at 16 years old when you got your car?
16. Damn, dude, I was getting in a lot of trouble. See, I didn't grow up with a dad though. I grew up single mom. I ran the streets, hung out with some bad people, and started doing some stupid shit.
Yeah.
So when I got a car, I was more of moving weed from one location to another.
Okay.
To make extra money and dealing with a lot of stolen shit. We had like homeless people that would come to us with stolen stereos. Back then, you had the Alpine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Kenwoods and the JVCs.
Pull them out and with the face. Yeah.
Give me the remote too. We're solid, bro. Like, so yeah, it was just bad shit. I was doing some bad shit then, and I was just talking about this. You have to learn how you can't parent your kids today how you were parented when you were a child, because we are in times that don't even equate to.
They don't exist.
Close to what was then.
Absolutely not.
Especially the internet. I didn't have internet.
I didn't have internet.
I remember when I was in the military, we were in AOL chat rooms to meet girls.
Yeah.
There was no like
Skype or any
individual chat or like you could look at pictures. You would just have to post into the main room.
Yeah.
20-year-old male Marine, Virginia.
Yeah.
What's cracking? And then you'd have to watch other threads, and someone would be like, "Hey, Dixie Wreck," and you're like, "Hey, what's up?" Like,
yeah, exactly. And the kids nowadays, it's
look at porn.
Instant gratification.
Growing up, I didn't have access to porn. I had to find my stepdad's magazines
Absolutely.
or VHS tapes.
Yeah, my older brother, he's 9.5 years older than me, and he goes, "Hey, I'm moving out. There's a box for you."
Sold.
And I'm like, sweet. So I got caught a handful of times cracking the whip, but my dad stole them.
Have you ever, because we had a black box, or we had a cable, and then we had on the back a little clicker.
Yeah.
The black box. And have you ever been watching it, and then like your parents were gone or your mom was gone, and then just turn it off?
Yeah.
And then she comes home, and then the next morning she turns the TV on, and you're like,
and it's straight porn. Yep. Oops. I forgot to switch it. Damn it.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit, good stuff. Yeah, it's totally different times than it was back then.
Yeah, it's but how do we get back to accountability?
It's hard though. That's the thing, because everybody wants to give those trophies for just being alive, just being present, and not even contributing to the team.
Yeah.
No, you get a trophy, Johnny, because you wore a jersey.
You wore a jersey. That's it.
And it just, like I said, I it's just weird times right now. And it's even hard to talk about it, because God forbid you talk your point of view, and someone's going to be like, how dare you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
How dare you? You have no sympathy for and then all of a sudden they're like the LGBT community, and you're like, I didn't even talk about that. What are you talking about?
This was just being a team player. Like, you gotta put in some work.
You gotta have some skill.
Something.
Because these kids grow up with the attaboys and the accolades, right, for everything and anything they do.
Yeah.
Then they move out and they go get a real fucking job, and their boss is like, "You suck, bro. I'm firing you.
I'm going to HR. That's wrongful termination."
Yeah. Now it's because of I'm this. I identify as this, or I this or that. Yeah. Not because of the skills you don't possess.
You don't possess.
It's the fact of, oh my God, I've never been treated like this.
Yeah. Well, now in the corporate world, you have to give that person everything they need to be successful in the company.
Right. Even before you fire him, like you have to
set them up for success.
Yeah. I need a company car to be successful. Okay, here you go.
And I'm talking like, okay, this is your job. This is what you need to do your job. This is what you need to. And the problem is, they're just pieces of shit that don't show up on time.
Right.
That even when they're there, they're not there.
File a grievance when you discipline them for showing up late.
Right. And it's like, wait, where's the accountability?
Right.
So it's
everybody else's fault.
Bingo. Everyone else's fault.
Yep.
No self accountability.
It's not my fault. It's your fault.
Right. But
I'm late because you didn't say I could come in at 6:35. You said to be here at 6:30, but if you would have told me 6:35, I wouldn't have been late.
I'd have been here at 6:30.
I would have been, yeah. You know what I mean?
It's
Like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Okay. Like,
I'm so glad I'm not in the working world and I don't have to deal with fucking people. Like, if I say something and I get canceled, right, for doing this, if for some reason I say something which I don't ever see happening, but if for some reason this doesn't break me, I still live my life.
Right.
I still go
Still
on and
move on.
I still continue.
well,
you know?
but that's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Right.
You should be able to say whatever. I mean, this is America, right? You should be able to say some stuff
To an extent.
to an extent, right? Obviously, don't cross the line, but you should say how you feel,
Right.
right? And if
Or should be able to discuss it.
to discuss it
Right.
without going right into you're a bigot, you're this, you're that, you're the, and it's
Right.
like, wait, no, I just said I like summer better than winter, like,
Right. I drive a Chevy. I don't like Fords. I mean,
Yeah.
God forbid. Sorry.
Right. So it's today's day and age needs to change, and the kids and the parents are. I mean, obviously, people are getting fed up with high gas prices and high prices for bananas and high prices
Well, it's
for
not
eggs.
because of our president.
No, God, no. It's Russia, dude.
Yeah, it has
Everyone, come on.
Has nothing to do with Biden or his administration at all.
No,
They're doing a great job.
absolutely. Yeah,
I
they're
think-
doing the best they can.
I think I'm going to vote for him. I voted for Kanye the first time, and I didn't get that.
Blew it.
Yeah, I might vote for Biden. I like the way the country is.
Yeah. Get more bang for your buck.
Yeah, the Biden bucks. It's helping me pay for my razor.
Yeah. You got 12 hours in that thing.
12 hours on
'Cause
it, baby.
gas is
Shit.
pricey.
Have you struggled at all since you've had your family? Have you had those? I'm sure you might have had maybe thoughts or
Sometimes I think it would just be easier to have a handful of cocktails and go to sleep and just blank out, but that's not going to fix anything.
that's not dealing with anything.
Nah, you're not hitting problems head on. You're tiptoeing around it,
Right.
And that's what kind of example am I sending my kids if I can't handle either simple issues or issues that are actually going to take some thought and some time, right?
Right.
To resolve. And it's the instant gratification that's what it was for me. It was instant gratification. Just get fucked up.
Do you think you can replace that feeling with like doing something with your children and watching them succeed at something? Do you think you can get that same
No,
rush?
it'll be better.
Well, or that's what I'm saying. Like to replace the alcohol, do you think that being with your kids and watching them achieve something or watching them succeed, or
But just watching them evolve.
grow?
Right. That's definitely what I want. I don't necessarily say it's like replacing, because once that high was there, like you're gonna chase that high. So you got to completely separate any emotion attached to it, right? So, but I much rather not even think about the booze, the high, the anything. Just completely, I know it's there.
Right.
I know it's there. It's always just behind that door, and it's an easy step to go back, but it's even harder to dig yourself out, right? So I'm already out of the hole. You know what I mean?
Addiction comes in so many forms.
Absolutely.
And the phone is one of them. And people don't even realize that the cell phone is an addiction.
Cell phone, social media, computers. I'm just going on freaking Amazon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's people that have an addiction to ordering and receiving the package.
Yeah.
And then they send it back.
They send it back.
It's
And
so
I'm like,
stupid.
oh, this, I just wanted to see it.
Right.
And it's like,
I just wanted to feel what it was like to get it.
Well,
Now I'm going to send it back.
now I'm going to send it back.
And you just take it to the UPS store with no
Kohl's.
box, no nothing.
Kohl's.
Just, yeah,
Yeah,
just drop
here you
it
go.
off and here you go.
Yeah. It's
It's for free.
for free, for nothing. Yeah. And you get your money back.
Wild.
No convenience fee
Right.
of
Right.
reshelving it,
No
right?
charging
Restock
you for
fee.
nothing, nothing like
Nothing.
that.
Yeah.
And then have you seen those Amazon lot boxes or something you could buy where like it's a whole big box of returns?
Oh yeah.
Because those when you go to UPS, those don't go back to Amazon. They don't restock shelves with that shit. That goes to like some distribution warehouse that buys that stuff.
Yeah.
And then they sell the lot of
the whole box.
The box.
Yeah. It's like what was that? Not Pickers. It was that show where they auction off the self-storage.
Okay. Right. Storage Wars.
Storage Wars.
Right.
They should do that for the Amazon.
Yeah,
because you don't know what you're getting.
You have no idea.
No idea.
You just see what's at the top, but then you have no, you could pay $700 for shit.
Yeah. And God willing, you're able to resell it.
Right.
Put it on eBay.
And what a pain in the ass, though.
Yeah, it's not.
So you haven't struggled. You're loving life as a father.
Right. Yeah. Right now, I mean, besides my kids, I'm blessed with a wife that's got more patience than I do.
What does she do?
Event coordinator.
Oh, that's right.
So she has her own.
She
has her own business.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So she does a lot of weddings, corporate events, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you brought me this. What's on the table over there? You brought me this badass challenge coin.
Yeah.
And that's from your job.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
No, I'm a test conductor for Northrop Grumman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you play with fun stuff.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just nuts and bolts. We got right now. I'm in a structures lab, so we have big I-beams and stuff that's put together with hydraulics, and we test stuff to failure. So we got a structure that's doing.
You're stretching and pulling and
pulling, and we're taking stuff to 575,000 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I dropped 37,000 pound table that we're picking up off a flatbed truck, off a lowboy, and the cribbage is underneath it, which is a big long piece of wood. And we had picked this thing up, and I couldn't pull the wood out straight out this way because the wall was there. So I swung it out. As I swung it out, the table fell, snapped, and it ripped the wood out of my hand, and it caught my thumb and slammed it into the bed of the truck, and I pulled my finger out, and my nail wasn't there.
Oh, shit.
And I tore the nail bed, had to get 4 stitches, antibiotics. Oh, yeah. 37,000 pounds.
What would you say to someone right now struggling with an alcohol addiction that is saying, I've had enough? Where do I go? What do I do? You talked about going to that first AA meeting, and you said, listen, this was weird as fuck, but I did it. And the next thing you know, 2 days later, you're in another one. Like, what's the first step? Other than admitting I have a problem.
Yeah. So that's obviously the first step. The second step is being able to be vulnerable, being able to be to sit in your shit and not go for the easy way out. And the easy way out to me is going right back to the booze and alcohol. You have to put in work. You have to. You have to put in work. And it's like you and your walks, right? Get up in the morning. This is what's best for you,
right?
At least for right now, right? I'm not saying you're going to walk forever. Maybe you're going to do marathons. Who knows, right? But at least today, you got up,
right? Put
your boots on, and hit the pavement.
Put one foot in front of the other.
One foot in front of the other. And if you can do one day at a time, it sounds cheesy, one day at a time, and find somebody, whether it's a outreach program or whatever, to get to somebody who also is roughly your age, roughly that's going through this. It's what do they call them? Battle buddies, right? Get yourself a battle buddy.
That's an Army thing, I think, right?
Yeah, it ain't Marine Corps.
Yeah, I think it's an Army thing.
But get yourself somebody who's gonna also hold you accountable, and you hold them accountable, right? Somebody you're gonna call. You're gonna check in on each other. Like my buddy, I don't go to meetings as much as I should. But my buddy who got me sober, like, we talk all the time.
Okay.
He's
so
the
that's
one,
like going to a meeting.
He's the, like, we talk about life. We talk about everything, right? We talk about how our families are doing. We talk about everything, right? Get somebody who you can be completely honest with. And yes, I can be completely honest with my wife, which I am, but there's just certain stuff you just don't,
Right.
you
That
don't
you need a boy to talk
I
to. Yeah,
I need a dude to talk to,
Right.
right? And
Does
what-
she know about your past? Does she know? Have you talked to her about all
yeah,
that?
she knows. Yeah, I got nothing to hide, right? I'm as transparent as possible. Just because, well, women find out everything.
Right.
Right. They do.
Yeah, it'll surface. At
It'll
one point.
surface, right?
Right.
If they haven't done the research, their friend has.
Right.
Which is fine. And you can look me up. Look at my, what is it? You can go look at my criminal records, all on there.
Right.
Look it up. I'm cool with it.
Right.
I'm okay with it, right? Like, that's my past.
And she supports you now as far as like not introducing
Yeah.
alcohol.
So
and-
the cool thing is my wife really doesn't drink.
Oh, okay. So that works.
Yeah, it works out great. Like, she'll have a glass of wine every now and then, maybe a Sapporo when we do sushi.
Which doesn't bother you or affect you in any way, shape, or form.
No, because it's
Because it's just one.
one.
Gotcha.
It's
And
not.
you're not in that atmosphere of
Right.
the bar.
Yeah. And so, to me, like, I kind of hit the jackpot, right? She's smart, got her own business, got a MBA from SC.
Oh, wow.
Like, she's very intelligent. She's great with the kids, and in most things, she's better at life than I am.
right.
And she
But together,
right together, she's put me on a better path. Right,
Right on.
where I would come home from work bitching and complaining. She'd just do something about it. Like, I can't. What do you mean you can't do something?
Yes,
about
you
it?
can.
Right. So then it's like, okay, I started looking for different jobs.
Right.
For areas of growth.
See, but that's not an option for a lot of people.
Nah,
they
it's
want
not.
to just complain about the job or their
Right.
situation, even relationships or
Right.
whatever the situation you're in. They just want to complain instead of the unknown, which is scary.
That's very scary.
But that's what you
That-
need to do to grow.
Right. And that's what, getting sober was for
Right.
me. That was the unknown.
Right.
What's going to be the hardest part for some people, it might not be hard for everyone, right?
Right.
For me, the hardest part was really trying to go to sleep,
Okay.
because mentally I'm a fucked up person. I have fucked up thoughts, you know what I mean?
Right.
Where we just call it military humor. But it
Well,
just keeps
some of my messages
Right.
in our
Exactly.
thing, it was like
but that just goes on in my head
right.
over and over and over and over again.
Right.
And
If people truly knew how fucked up we are in our head, and I'm not talking
we're a different
like,
breed. That's
I'm not
for
talking
sure.
like fucked up as a bad thing. I'm just talking our thought process or how we view things.
Right.
People would be so offended.
Yeah.
And so like I don't even want to talk to you anymore. You're fucking weird, bro. Like
Right. Yeah. Well, it's we've been looking at trying to get a new home, right?
okay.
And
Good luck.
yeah, thanks. So
Well, we're in the same boat. So
Yeah.
that's why I say good luck.
so you have your realtor's like, "Oh, check out this view." And I'm like, "Yeah, I could hit somebody from here." What the like
Right.
I'm-
I have my 30-06. Let's see here. Oh, dude, actually
308? That's
Oh, that's no
wide open.
problem.
I got
Yeah,
plenty of
fuck.
cover. Like, that's not in the but I'll say it out loud. Like, that's
right.
in the real. I'm like, I'm just kidding. Sorry,
Yeah,
bad joke.
No, it's a wrap after that. Dude.
Yeah, bad joke. Sorry.
Right.
I mean, just
No, I'm charging you 4% now.
yeah, it was 2.5. But yeah, it was. It's our humor and the way we think about certain stuff is.
Right.
I don't know if it's normal for us. It's normal for the people who, and it's not. Here's the thing: it's not normal for the new generation of military.
No,
It's not.
totally different.
It's not.
Totally different. You can't walk around slapping ass and I mean we walk around touching dicks. I mean, dude, it was
I know.
if I always tell my kids if I had you on active duty and you guys, we had a household, you would probably think dad was gay.
Yeah.
Just being real, like we were that tight. We were so, comfortable in our manhood.
Why are you humping that dude's face right now?
Yeah.
Because
I
he
mean,
passed out. Anyone got this
teabagging, bro.
Right.
Like, yeah, right now, dude. We'd walk in the dorm rooms, and I remember one guy was just in there full blown going to town with shaving cream, and didn't skip a beat. Just looked back at us and was like, "What's up, guys?" Like,
Going for it.
and we're just like, so we're sitting there watching the video. Like, damn, that's a good ass video, bro.
Yeah.
Like, Not even worried. So
No, handle your business.
Yeah, do your thing, dude. Like,
yeah, our generation's a little messed up. And I got buddies that they're in the Army. Got buddies that are in the Air Force. And we're all a little different. We're all a little fucked up. But the guys in the Marines are a different breed.
Right.
And I'm not saying this because I was in the Marines. I'm not saying this because I'm arrogant and cocky. It is true.
Right.
Like, we are a different
Our
animal.
thoughts process is completely different than another dude's, not to mention a female's.
Right.
Like my wife sometimes, where I say certain things, because to me everything's sexual.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
It's a sexual.
Yeah.
You bend over in front of me.
You're gonna get smacked for
sexual.
sure. Yeah.
And to her, it was like, fuck, I'm just trying to pick up this piece of paper, dude. Like,
I put the paper there.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, just picking up your fucking paper,
Yeah.
and then it turns into me. But yeah, everything's sexual.
Yeah.
And they're not. For them, it's not yeah, I told her, like, even, if you're going out in town, like the things you wear or certain things you do, to us guys, we look at that going like, oh, she wants a dick.
Yeah.
And for you, you're like, no,
I just want to look good. I just want to look nice.
And then it's like, for that bitch is trying to get some dick.
Yep.
And it's totally different thought process.
Absolutely.
From us to men to women.
Yes.
So, right on.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. I appreciate you coming
Yeah,
by,
it was
dude,
fun.
and telling me your story. And it's cool to hear how now that I guess we could say you've gotten your life, like, fucking.
It's not in 100% order.
I don't
but
it's on track.
Yeah, it's progression, not
And
perfection.
you don't have that demon tugging your soul.
No, it'll tug my shirt every now and then. I just said fuck off.
But then you look down at your kids.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Even though they're a pain in the ass at this particular time, but
right.
My wife, it's just a season.
Right.
She keeps saying it's just a season.
And that's cool that she's positive and throws that vibe out there.
She has to, or she'll know I'll lose it.
Right.
Even still, sometimes she's like, your attitude sucks. She'll call me out on it. And I'm like, you're right.
That's good. But I appreciate you coming out. The last time you were heading out, we couldn't because of rain.
Yeah.
And there was a miscommunication. And
that was your fault. 100%.
It was. I'll accept the blame on that. But I appreciate you coming out, telling your story. Appreciate your service.
Absolutely.
And if you have any questions or if you want to get a hold of what's your Instagram?
It's sean.lines.sl at Instagram.
There you guys go. If you have any, if you have questions about trying to get
right with yourself,
sober, if you're struggling, or just if you want to obviously fire a shot to me if you want to. That's every time. But if you have specific questions,
yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, cool
if I can help out in any way, absolutely.
Right.
I will do my best to help you out.
Even if just one person is affected by this, that's my goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah.
Appreciate you coming out, brother.
Yeah, it was fun.